Hello and fuck Cape Shit. Welcome to another episode of Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. Check out the link below, our card link or the Subscribe Star link. Either one. It's usually the card link, but you can donate money to us, which is great. And more importantly, yes,
we deserve your money more than you.
More than you piece of shit. But also, very importantly, is that there's all sorts of extra, tons and tons and tons of super secret unlisted videos on our Subscribe Star that go into the deepest lore of internet comic stuff that the rest of the normie cattle out there don't want you to know about. But
secret trolling.
Speaking of normie cattle, normie pig cattle even. Today we're going to just scroll through a kind of a grab bag of Webtoon comics that you were looking at, basically.
I discovered Webtoon. I mean, I didn't discover Webtoon. It was, I think, you and,
Tim.
I don't know.
Tim Lim mentioned that he was going to put Common America on Webtoon, and I was like, you know what, I should just do that because it's pretty much the biggest webcomic site. It used to be like it was Comic Genesis or Keen, which was Keen Space back in the day, and then Keen Spot was the official one, and then there was
Keen Spot. Fucking Life Journal had like webcomics on it.
Yeah, and
DeviantArt had webcomics on it.
There was Smack Jeeves, and then there was WordPress had a Comic Press plugin for you to just do it yourself on a website you would host, and now it's kind of gone back to hosting websites like
a lot
Webtoon
of those seem to work.
Tapas.
Those old sites, I mean, they seem to work fine.
All of them did work. The thing about stuff like Keen Space and then which became Comic Genesis was that it had a template where you just upload a comic with a certain date, and then it would make the page automatically, and it would align all the links and do all that stuff on its own. So all you had to do was just upload the image file with the correct naming format in the file name.
You didn't have to learn HTML or any shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it would just make everything automatically. Webtoon basically does that without even needing to. Everything's more drag and drop, Web 2.0, that kind of thing. And Tapas the same way. And there's been, we'll go into a few positive things. There are things I like about Webtoon. A couple of things I don't like is one thing I'm not too sure about. But, like with Tapas, people said, oh, don't use Tapas because they have some kind of legal loophole where they will legally own anything you upload, like any characters or your IP will technically belong to them. And I don't know if that's true. I kind of suspect it's not.
I can't imagine.
Changed.
I can't imagine they'd be able to actually get away with that.
No, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like that where it's like this legal loophole, and it's like that won't stand up in court if it's a giant site. That's a problem with Twitter, though. Is like a lot of the shit Twitter's doing, they should just be taken down. So their offices should be on fire.
Yes, and then pissing out the ashes. Yeah, something like that.
The fire should be extinguished with piss.
With piss.
Maybe even cat piss. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate
the worst kind of piss.
The existence of Webtoons and kind of what it stands for, which is that anybody can make a comic through Webtoons.
Well, that's Webtoons and Tapas, they have their official wing. It's like the official is exclusives, basically. Like the Shen Comics guy basically has an exclusive deal with Webtoon. We saw recently where
Shen Comics, he kind of gets a bad rap too because he's just known as Bite Cuck by a lot of people.
He does still deserve to be known as Bite Cuck, but at the same time, like his comics are actually not that bad. As far as comics,
he's actually done a few semi-based comics too, and people know very little about that because they just know about Bite Cuck.
They're basted in red sauce. But
basted in red pills. You crack open the red pill, you unscrew the red pill.
Inside it is red sauce. Did you know that?
That's what inside of the red. It's a red gel cap.
Yes.
Everyone knows that by their appearance.
And it's really just tomatoes inside. That's really all that's inside the red. Did you know that?
Did you know? Today I learned.
talk like other people. But anyways, today Junior even. But
we could go either way with that one.
Yeah. Speaking of going either way, Webtoons.
This horrendous looking comic I saw on the front page of Webtoon.
Well, we're gonna still go into, like, one of the negative things is the idea, which it may not be a negative. So I don't know if Tapas does it. I think what it is what they were referring to is the exclusivity deal. Like, Shen Comics can't publish with anyone else because he has the exclusivity deal through exclusive, official Webtoon. Whereas Webtoon,
normally with like a Machinima, I know Machinima fucked over a lot of people. Like that.
Yeah, that's an example of the kind of fuck up part of that. It's like you want to avoid that. But
you sign a contract and now you no longer own the rights and you're obligated to keep making shit for them.
To your own fucking name. It's like, we copyrighted your name now, or some goofy shit like that. But here's the thing. Yeah, I don't think Webtoon or Tapas does that. They just have exclusivity deals. Tomahawk Angel, the Odie, the guy who did Tomahawk Angel, which was the artist for Liam Gray's hilariously failed comic, but he, after he walked away from Liam Gray, he went and made his own comic, Tomahawk Angel, which wasn't very good, but it was successful and popular, really good art, and so it got a big following.
Decent art, and also he fucking promised everyone, is like, yeah, this is the PewDiePie official webcomic or some shit like that. PewDiePie shows up somewhere after in page 90 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was pretty goofy. It was basically like, oh, he drew a guy to look like PewDiePie, and then in the next chapter, the guy doesn't look anything like him, and it's just like, what is this about? It's kind of goofy, but
he drew it. He's on page 88.
Right, 88. Whoa,
the prophecy.
But the that was the thing, is that he got an exclusivity deal with Tapas, so I think the deal is he can't publish the comic on Webtoon because Tapas wants it wants to say you can only go to our site if you want to read Tomahawk Angel. So it kind of does help to Tapas and Webtoon have their own sort of user-made platform. It's they have special names for them, I think, but it's sort of like how Keenspot was the official thing, and then Keenspace, and then later Comic Genesis was the everyone's. It's okay for everyone to upload stuff to that kind of thing.
Any stupid normie,
asshole.
That's supposed to be the benefit of modern technology.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't have to have a printing press.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be beholden to a giant corporation in order to be able to make a comic.
Yeah, so anyways, that's sort of related to one thing that was considered a negative, but I don't think it really is. The one thing I do think is the biggest negative as far as the Webtoon format is you have to have these giant spaces in between panels because everyone's reading on their phone and just skimming and scrolling through. So
I don't read on my phone. I can't imagine doing that. That looks like it would be a pain in the ass. Try to glare at your tiny ass phone.
But even on your phone, it's like the spaces between panels are bigger than the panels most of the time, and everyone just does it because I guess you're supposed to, because it's what everyone expects. But to me, it makes the whole reading thing, the reading experience is like, it feels artificially elongated. It's not a huge complaint. It just feels weird reading other comics on Webtoon with these giant spaces.
I prefer not to do that. If I'm reading a comic, I don't want it to have an entire page that's just a white space.
Yeah, which
I'm trying to scroll through it.
Which is what Webtoons, most of them are like, and that's just expected. It's what you're supposed to do, and it's like, really, am I supposed with a T at the end to do it? Supposed to do that. But anyways, so you went through just looking up either some of the popular stuff or if you scroll through genres. Canvas is the name of the user-friendly everyone can upload. When I upload to Webtoon, it's through Webtoon Canvas, which is technically the same thing. It's just it doesn't have the official support. It's not the exclusivity deal. It's not the big promoted stuff. But there's tons and tons of webcomics on Webtoon. And
But yeah, I was looking over the front page because I mean the art, especially on the front page, is like, oh, this looks kind of nice. Oh, look at this hot chick.
So you found some
art.
Yeah, so you found some, and
I pasted it to our wonderful Discord. If you really want to keep up with us, you should be on our Discord.
Yes, the Discord is where the real content is. But anyways,
we're so busy posting genius content, we don't even have time to groom children here on our Discord.
The only Discord where that's not happening.
Where it's actually where we consider it wrong to groom children.
It's actually wrong. We are actually against child abuse, which causes other child abusers to hate us. If somebody hates us, they're a child abuser, and that proves it.
I'm also against abortion. I'm also anti-abortion, but not because I don't think that you should be able to terminate a pregnancy if there's an issue. I just don't think women should have rights.
They should have their rights removed by
force. Instead of rights, they should be getting lefts.
They should be having their rights vacuumed out, scrambled and vacuumed out,
and then turned into fucking beauty products or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Sick, evil things.
Into skin creams made by a specific country, companies
a very specific culture
with people who have dual citizenship or something. What's
very
that
specific.
About?
A beautiful ancient tradition from Moses to Sandy
Koufax. You're goddamn right. I'm living in the fucking past. Anyway,
about Webtoon.
Yeah, so about Webtoon. Speaking of which, Webtoon. But you went through, and the first one that you linked was High Class Homos. Now, I don't know if this is related to the Greek homos, as Jesse Jackson, the Reverend Jesse Jackson referred, or who was the other guy who was basically like Jesse Jackson? I forget his name.
Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton?
Al Sharpton was the one who referred to Greek homos as the philosophers.
Really, is he a reverend? Are we supposed to show reverence for this dipshit? Well,
I kind of show reference for that, I suppose. Or reference, I don't know. But anyways.
Reference. I suppose.
Anyways, this has a lot of views. High Class Homos.
Because it was on the front page. I don't know if it has a lot of views because it was on the front page, or it's on the front page because it has a lot of views.
Usually, I don't know. Yeah, one or the other. It's got 52 million views, 827,000 subscribers, and a very nice rating of over 9 out of 10, 9.34. That's pretty good. Princess Safia of Mytilene is not into princes, so when her parents start putting the heat for her to get hitched, if in real life she would be liquefied by now, but still.
If they even suspected that she was a gay, she would have been hung from the window of her bedroom for the entire kingdom to see.
She would be one of the witches they did burn. But anyways, she enlists the help of her equally gay best friend, Prince August of Phlythia. I think that's the actual name. But will these two royals be able to pull off a convincing sham marriage, which is one of the most fucking we gotta pretend we're in love with each other.
I was actually going to say that it's this is kind of a cutesy, funny concept, except that there's also apparently another 5 comics on the front page of Webtoon that have this exact pretense. Is a lesbian and a gay guy are going to pretend to get married so that their parents stop bothering them about having an intact, stable, healthy.
Well, that goes back to chick. That goes back to chick flicks. There's a lot of chick flicks where the girl is like, "Okay, to show up my ex-boyfriend, you're gonna fucking pretend to be in love with me," and it's her gay best friend. He's like, "Oh my god, that was something like that."
And lots of gay panic.
Yes, tons of gay panic, and maybe a couple musical numbers with lobster claws swinging in the air or something.
Very lots of intolerable, terrible musical numbers.
Yes, interminable.
Everyone's dancing around and drinking wine, so you know what song is playing.
Something gay, but anyways,
it's or what was it? What was the song?
I don't. You mean from what I was just watching?
No, from the fucking
Because
the Colin Quinn bit about when you
you
hear
mean you're
this.
so glad we made it? Yeah, give me some
Yeah,
lovin'. Starts
yeah,
playing,
yeah,
or Salisbury Hill, something like that,
yeah.
and he's like, and I just want to shoot myself, and he's like, it would take more than a movie bombing for me to be happy. A lot of people would have to die horribly for me to be happy now.
That's
That was his
exactly how I
fucking.
feel. That is exactly how I feel
But
when I see
the
people bitching
whole
about that
pretending
they
to be
have
in
no.
love, the entire pitch of these two people have to
I mean, it could be
pretend they're in
funny.
love is been played out for decades and decades
I
in
wanna
chick
also
flicks.
make sure that I'm pointing this out. I'm expressing this so nobody is confused. All these comics, we're not actually going to look at anything
No,
more than a single page.
we're not. If we even look at a single page, I'm ready to move on to the next one already
Yeah, we're
without looking
judging
at
these
this.
by the thumbnail and the synopsis
Yeah,
description. I'm not going any further than that because it kind of doesn't deserve my attention. And for all I know, this is a brilliant fucking satire of fucking how annoying the gays are.
yeah,
And
it's
probably
possible.
so the big
Several pages involve her kicking him right in the balls and telling her and she tells him to stop being a faggot, and he makes fun of her eggless womb and that kind of stuff. It could
and
be
then
something like that.
the big threat to the kingdom is just a giant tranny.
Yes.
And they have to destroy the tranny because the T is the crying baby that the LGB has to carry around.
Yeah, the LGB are like, finally, we're just gonna get rid of the T. But once and for all, we're declaring war. We're fucking officially royally
The
a
royal
royal edict.
proclamation.
Yeah, royal proclamation or a royal edict to declare war against the T. Um, but yeah, also, like, I can understand, like, if I start reading this, and it's like, the help of her equally gay best friend, and I can imagine a lot of people listening to this may be like, just enough of gayness already,
I'm
just
tired of gay. I'm
gay
tired of
fatigue.
gay.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
imagine people having gay
we
fatigue.
moved on. We've moved on from gay fatigue to gay exhaustion.
Yes, I understand people being
We've
like that.
degraded from there.
I'm like so indifferent at this point that it's just like, again, we're not going to even pretend that we're going to review these. We're just sort of
Also, happy Pride
looking
Month.
at them.
We're
Yes.
recording these during Pride Month.
Yeah. Although we're recording these during Pride Month, none of these will go up during Pride Month because instead, Pride Month isn't Pride Month around our channel. It's actually STBR month, which has been over by now, and probably July is over too by now. I don't fucking even know.
Don't know, don't care. We're recording these in advance and then scheduling them.
Well, let's look at the next one then. Or did you have anything noted down in the Discord when you?
I think the only thing I say in response in the Discord, I say a bunch of stuff in the Discord, which I will read. But the only thing I say in response to high class homos is literally Tracer Soldier 76.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they're gay.
Which is, it's my favorite gay porn of all, is the Tracer X Soldier 76.
Yes, who they
porn.
fuck each other and learn to be They learn that heterosexuality is better and more pleasurable than homosexuality.
Fucking Soldier
According to them.
The famous new voice line from Soldier 76 is, "I don't miss pussy very much."
That's in Overwatch 2. They added that for Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2. So some of the new lore.
Yeah.
Some new Overwatch 2 lore.
Yeah, the advanced lore.
That's the new advanced. I'm just dropping that wisdom on you now.
This is for free. These videos are for free.
But also, Tracer likes it up the ass, I guess. Tracer likes it up the ass.
She's fit, so yes. She has a ridiculously deep butt crack. That means she likes it in the ass. I mean, usually
deep. Yeah. Like as if some people have an ass that just doesn't go anywhere.
As if her fucking the measurements of her butt crack were traumatic to certain people, and perhaps they deserve it.
So deep, it goes all the way up to her mouth.
So deep, it puts her ass to sleep.
It's almost like it's a hole.
Permanent sleep. Anyways, so.
But anyway, she also likes to suck off guys.
Yes.
I should also make sure people understand that the deep lore about Tracer.
Yes.
Because she likes to fucking give blowjobs.
Confirmed canon. She likes performing oral sex on men.
Not even on dildos.
Not even on just heterosexual. Apparently, it doesn't matter if they're straight or gay men, just as long as they're men. She loves dicks that much. She loves them a little too much for my taste, personally. I think she's wrong.
Offensive. It's actually just, it's kind of like the elves in those fucking whatever Bale Buddy comics.
She's a bad the elves, all of the elves are incels in Bale Buddy comics, which I think we covered some of his before. I'm sure we covered a couple of them in the past.
We probably should cover some more, but
those are good. Those are actual good comics, though.
You wanted a good a webcomic recommendation for the week is Bale Buddy.
Yeah, he's just on Twitter. It's good, but on the other hand, High Class Homos, I can't say one way or the other if it's good because I'm not going to look at it.
I'm going to assume that it's not.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's not. I could be wrong, though. I could be completely wrong. It could be chock full of fucking gay hatred and homophobia couched in fucking...
Oh, look at this. Bale Buddy, full collection part 3, 2019 onwards on eHentai. I just linked to it in our Discord.
Wow, our Discord is a wonderful place. Anyways, we'll move on to the next comic and then we'll stop this episode and move and do more of these for another episode.
Do part 2. We've reviewed
maybe
2
even a part 3.
Yeah. Out of 10.
Yeah. Here. The next one is Suitor Armor. It's in fantasy. The previous one was in comedy. Could have been a Laugh Riot, just like Oh Africa, Brave Africa, for all I know. But
it was a laugh, right?
A laugh. It was a laugh.
It was hysterical.
This one,
Calcutta.
This one, this one, 80 million views, 1.3 million subscribers. Lady in Waiting Lucia.
Oh, wait, that's way more than anyone in comics. If you combined all the fucking people in Comicsgate, even the failures who never produced any comic and pretended like they had, that would still be less than this one webtoon.
Yes.
That's pretty pathetic.
Pathetic. So this comic could suck too. It might be interesting. I don't know.
I looked at the fucking thumbnail. I commented in the Discord. This actually looks kind of nice. I don't know. Who knows? It's not shoving, because also the fantasy. If you go to like the fantasy,
there's a lot of gay
section,
gay
it's literally
guys
just
fantasy.
gay porn. Fucking
women being in loving relationships with other women. That's the real fantasy.
That's the unbelievable fantasy.
Low fantasy, because it's bullshit.
It's so ridiculous.
The fucking we had some other cracks and jokes at these comics' expenses, but we'll get to that in the next episode. But I'll just read the synopsis here. Lady in Waiting Lucia believes getting through the royal wedding will be the toughest part of her new life. That's until she finds herself falling head over heels with Modius, an up-and-coming knight to the King's Guard. With her newfound interest, she's quickly awakened to the mysteries of the kingdom when she learns Modius is, in fact, an enchanted suit of armor without a soul. Could there be anything more to him than just shining armor? And you see the...
doesn't have a soul, then no. Does he not? Does he have a soul or not?
Is he one of the 400,000 people? He's not one of the 400,000 people that was born on the planet with a soul.
Sounds like she was one of the four. She was also not one of the 400,000 people.
She doesn't have a fucking soul. You know, just like the wonderful Mel Gibson said.
How'd you fall in love with somebody who doesn't even have a fucking soul, you dumb bitch?
What's wrong with you, you dumb hook, you fat skank hooker? Anyways,
But I also commented on that. Looks kind of nice. That's based on the thumbnail. We could have entire career reviewing Webtoon's top comics. There's a trillion, more billion.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe that's the twist in this, is that the suit of armor is suitor armor. Get it? It's a pun, but maybe the suit of armor is Morbius.
It's actually what he's morbing out.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Is he morbed out? He morbed out into a fucking suit of armor. But yeah, no. This comic, it could be decent. I mean, it looked. The thumbnail is like, oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, what a nice idea. Although, if you wanted,
it is high concept crap.
I could also say something along the lines of, it's typically dehumanizing the male, because a lot of fucking comics, everyone fucking does that everywhere, where the woman is just completely typical.
She's the perfect
female
princess,
character.
the most beautiful, perfect princess ever. And then,
And then the
guy
man is like has no face. He never has a face.
The man is a deformed dog with only 3 legs, answers to Lucky, whatever the fuck.
He has mange.
He has mange on top of all that.
Blind in one eye.
He's a dog with no legs, and his name is Cigarette, because you got to take him for a drag, man. But anyways, so yeah, that's
that one from. I remember the fucking.
It was from one of the goofy old joke books that we had when we were like 10 or something. Anyways, I think we got it at the book fair.
You can't tell that joke anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
You can't tell kids jokes about cigarettes and dogs
animal abuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying the word cigarette would be banned, implying that you're abusing a dog.
You're dragging a dog with no legs along the concrete, just like that Mel Gibson movie, Dragged Across Concrete. It's a great movie.
Which is a really good movie. Because
it's a very odd movie. Well, you know what? We won't get into that. We'll just wrap up this episode.
Odd movie, but it's a good movie. Yes. It's odd in the sense that it's like, I wasn't expecting all this stuff for basically was a pretty traditional narrative.
Yeah, it's kind of just
Webtoons.
It's just a narrative that continues, sort of like Brawl in Cell Block 99. That was another by the same guy. Just an odd movie where it's just like
really good storytelling. That's the key thing is good storytelling.
Yeah, it's all this happens because of this, so therefore this happens because of that, because of that, because of that, and it's just things that continue on like Bone Tomahawk. Again, the same guy. But anyways. That's neither here nor there. We'll continue on with the rest of this little grab bag.
What else was I going to mention about Mel Gibson, though?
That he's good and that he has a good opinion towards women.
The son of a bitch, no story structure.
Yeah, yes, that's also very true. Although he was only in Dragged Across Concrete as an actor. He wasn't actually...
Well, I mean, he must have had some responsibility for getting the movie made.
Yeah, he may have produced it. Anyways... So good show, unlike, share, whatever, and should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.